Comics on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pinups, Cool Cats, and Comics. I am Dennis. This is our co-host Teresa back.
What's up, guys? I'm finally back after a month of not being here.
And we have our special guest tonight, V.
Hi, everyone.
And we want to say Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first show of 2019.
It is,
Yes,
yeah.
wow.
It is.
So why don't we start with you, because we haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you just fill us in on what's been going on?
Well, first I want to apologize. The last time I was here, I was wrong, and I said that you were wrong about my beloved Rudolph. I want to clear the air about the Abominable Snowman, which is actually...
The Abominable Snow Monster.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I'm very proud of because I am horrible with names.
And
I
I'm
think I
very
got you
shocked. I must
twice
have
that night.
watched that show with my daughter like every day, and I still got it wrong. So,
And,
very mad at myself.
I forgot the guy's name now because it was a few weeks ago, but the guy that donated this money back, it was Dave.
It was Dave, and you were right.
Okay.
And you were right, yeah, but that we figured out on camera.
Yes.
But
I'm just
so yeah, 2 for 2.
bragging because I'm very
Two
horrible
for
with
two.
names, so the fact that I knew
You know, but I would have
a
sworn.
name,
I would have sworn in my
let
life
alone
that
two.
guy's name was John. I still
Yeah.
remember John. So, but yeah, I haven't really been doing anything new. Very stressful, very stressful mom life. Rosie had the flu, so everybody go out and get your flu shot, or just be super cautious because that hit everybody like the plague. Anybody I came in contact with got sick, so that was pretty terrible.
You know what? That's a quick survey we could do. Do you do the flu shot usually?
So it's a little bit of a touchy subject because I got the flu shot when I was like a freshman in college, something like that, out of high school, but still fresh out of high school. And I got the flu really, really bad, really bad. And the last time I went in, like following year or whatever, my doctor's like, "You're gonna get the flu shot." I'm like, "Nope." I got really sick when I got the flu shot. And she's like, "Oh, that's an old wives' tale." I'm like, "So why'd I get sick right after I got the flu shot?" And her excuse was that you came to the doctor's office where you were exposed to it. That's how you got the flu. So I'm like, why am I going to go out of my way to go to the doctor? Like everything she was saying just
Right.
didn't make sense.
Right.
And I personally never got the flu shot again. So, but and when I was pregnant with my daughter, everybody was like, "You have to get the flu shot," and I was like, "Nope, no way. I don't want to experience what I experienced. Not pregnant.
Right.
Right.
Didn't get the flu pregnant."
Missy says hi to
So-
all of us, hi to her, and she says no flu shot for her.
But I think it's a touchy subject. I think, like, for me personally, would I get it? No, because I had a bad experience with it, and my doctor gave me a really ridiculous answer.
Right.
Young children, the elderly, I think it's a different situation. But,
What about you?
I've never gotten the flu shot, and I don't think I would get it.
yeah.
I'm pretty lucky when I get sick.
So-
I treat it the way everybody does, over the counter,
I'm
home
actually
remedies. and-
pretty upset because Rosalie got the flu shot a week before she had the flu. But we did take her out a lot that week. We took her out to see Santa Claus, and Mall Santa's just,
a lot of sick
sorry,
kids.
great Santa, but covered in germs, like kids everywhere and whatnot. So, I don't want to sit here and feel validated, but I was pretty pissed that she got the flu shot and she still got the flu.
So far, Susan also said no flu shot for her. I have gotten the flu shot. I'm not a fan of it though. I don't know if the flu shot in particular gets people sick. I don't
Was
know.
that
I'm not a
before or
doctor.
after your mysterious illnesses?
Well, I'll tell you that it kind of ties in. I've gotten the flu once as a kid. I couldn't tell you because I was a kid. I don't know if I had the flu shot or not that year. I know they say the flu shot you get now is inactive and it can't get you sick, but if you have an egg allergy or something like that, you will feel sick. I know also during flu season, anywhere you go, especially with kids, everything's infected by it. And the
Yeah.
flu shot only protects you against like the top 4 or 5 versions of it, but there's
So,
hundreds going around.
I was told it's only 70% effective.
And that's it. It's not 100%
So
effective.
for me personally, I don't think it's worth getting if it's only 70% effective.
Right.
But I do, like, I'm totally pro-vax. Like, I'm not like anti-vaccination or anything like that. But
Right.
the flu shot, I never had a good experience with it.
Right.
And because
right.
it's not really a vaccination, I just
For a couple of years, I did get it on the advice of my doctor because he knows I don't agree with it. But after I got Legionnaire's disease, the doctor told me if you get the flu, you will die. Because it was, I
that's
started
a
recovering
pretty
right around flu season.
solid reason.
And he
Yeah.
says, I know you don't like it, and I know it's not 100%, but, even if it's 50-50, 50-50 is better than zero.
Yeah.
And he gives on. I said, we'll say it again. If you get the flu, you will die. So for 2 years,
Yeah,
I
and you don't
got
wanna
it,
fuck
and I
around
never
with
got
that.
it again. I didn't get it either of those 2 years. I did not get sick after the flu shot. So did it bother me? No. Do I think it helped? I don't know because I
Yeah.
haven't gotten it before or after.
So I asked my daughter's doctor. I was like, did we wait too long before getting the flu shot for her? Should we have gotten it sooner? And he said, well, yes and no. We'll never actually know because
Right.
she did get
And
sick.
kids are germ machines. I mean, they touch everything. Everything goes hand to mouth.
And she was out. The holiday season we were out
Right.
a lot.
And everyone wants to hug the kid,
and-
like you
yeah.
said, Santa's lap.
And there
how
was,
many
like,
sick kids were on him.
I made a little
Exactly.
girl cry. I did do that. She smacked my daughter in the foot when we were waiting online for Santa. So I just stared at her because I didn't know what to do. I'm not going to yell at her. She's a little kid. I'm not going to allow her to hit my kid. So I did do that. I'm the Grinch.
Yeah, Missy's saying it does get you sick. That's the point. It's supposed to be a dead virus. Some are synthetic. It depends. There's different versions of the flu shot too, which is also odd. But I'm not gonna say I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, but anything that someone gives away for free constantly, I question because.
I mean, that's
Anywhere you go, you can get that for free.
That's actually
you
a
can't
good
get vaccinations
point.
for free. But
That's
you go to
actually a
any
good
CVS, most jobs, if not all, offer the free flu shot. Most doctors, if you go to just the flu shot, it's free. And I was brought up to believe that nothing is free.
So
therefore,
when my
I
daughter
don't
was
trust
sick, she was like obviously all over me, wanted to be snuggled, wanted to be loved, and like
Right.
literally like she will like take her binky out and like shove it in my face. So I was covered in flu germs and
Right.
flu goo, and I didn't get sick. So
Yeah.
everybody's different. Everybody's immune system is different. Everybody is, and everybody's
Right.
opinion is different. You
Right.
know, like I'm never going to.
Not telling anyone not to get it. I just,
Yeah,
I was just
don't.
curious.
I don't care if
'cause it is the
someone's
season, so.
for it or against it. It's your body. It's whatever you want to do.
Right.
But it didn't work for me. So
Okay, I was just reading Missy's comment. Missy, I gave you the gift from Missy.
yes, Missy.
I want to make sure she gets
thank you so much. I'm actually really excited to use it, and I'm really excited that you thought of me.
Missy probably, I would say, is our #1 fan.
She's like one of my favorite
Yes.
human beings in the world.
Yes, and she's starting to make her own products, which I won't get too much into, but we have to have her on the show at some point when she's
I
ready
would love
to,
that.
Right. That would be
to
awesome.
explain what she's doing. But
Yeah.
I know it's still in the trial stage right now, so.
But thank you.
Yes.
I'm
And
pretty
thanks for all your
excited.
support. And
Absolutely. Thanks for all the support.
and help, and
speaking of support,
Just being wonderful.
I want to thank Cyclone too. He's the show right
Absolutely.
before us, In the Cage with Cyclone. He always promotes our show. We'd like to promote his. His show is basically covers all fighting, whether it's in a
the
sport like
cage,
hockey
the
or if it's
ring.
specifically MMA or wrestling.
Right.
But he's always got something interesting going on. He's got some good guests. That's how we got Trevor Gillies that night was
Yes.
from him actually calling the end of our show by mistake. So
Which is
that was pretty
awesome.
cool. But yeah, definitely check his show out. It's on right before ours on Monday nights. So before we get into, I see Larry tuned in.
Hi, Larry.
Make sure Frank tunes in because I know you guys have been waiting to hear the story for a
Yes.
while.
Did we bring it up when they were on the show?
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
long ass time
Yes.
ago.
And
Sorry,
we-
guys.
And they've
we-
been waiting for the end of the story.
Oh my
so-
God.
Actually, we were supposed to tell it the next time they came back on, but you couldn't come, and that's when Jen filled in.
Oh boy.
So we didn't tell them that night. So I know they've been waiting a long time. They said it's about time, both of them. So hopefully Frank tunes in soon. If he's not already, I just don't see him on here. But before we get into it, let's get into our sponsor, who's our favorite, Frank Zambuto with Kayla Logistics. Kayla Logistics, where your business is our priority. Moving products you use every day across the country and around the world. Contact Frank Zambuto for all of your domestic and international logistic projects. Frank has over 20 years experience working with many name brand companies in the apparel, cosmetics, as seen on TV, and electronics industries. For trucking, air, and ocean cargo on all 7 continents, all you need is one solution. To all Cool Cat listeners, just mention our show and Frank will offer a free cost and transit time analysis for all your cargo. When cost and time matter, we deliver. Frank Zambuto and K Logistics, where your business is our priority. Would you like to read his phone number?
The direct number
Yes.
is 347-536-3933 for Frank.
And his email?
I'm going to the email too? We never did the email
Sure.
before. All right, okay.
Why not? Let's go crazy.
Frank@KaylaLogistics.com is Frank's email.
And Frank is one of the best when it comes to
Everything.
really. And
The best
his
of the
dedication is amazing. He works constantly, day and night. I've been trying to get him to hang out actually.
One of these
He's
He's
I haven't seen him in a
busy.
while.
He's got another
He's that
project. I
busy.
wanted him on next week because we've been trying to get him on
for
quite
a long
some
time, yeah.
But he did give me some promising news with day 3. We probably will be getting them back
Yes!
soon in full swing.
Yes, that would be all. I have been really missing them.
Yes, and I see a lot of people have been
Really-
asking what CBD oil do you use.
Really missing them. Yeah, and
So-
you know, I'm thankful that I still have day 3, but
I've been really holding on to
I've
it.
been getting low, and I've been like,
I can't wait to try it. I was supposed to try it. There was a little snafu,
Yeah.
with, either with the mail
It
or
is
with
the
my
best.
landlord. I'm not sure, but
I think we
never got my
know what
package.
happened, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
never got my package.
yeah.
but we'll it's a new year.
It's a new year.
So let's get into it. I know everybody's been waiting.
Jump
Let's
right
see what
in.
Larry said. He said hi. Yeah.
How are we even going to start the story?
Well, I guess we'll give him a little background. We've known each other for quite some time.
Oh, yeah, a long time.
We've taken trips together and stuff.
Yeah, we're the trip buddies, and we just feel like whoever wants to come can come.
Yeah.
And we'd start with like a solid 10 people, and the closer it got to the trip, the less and less.
Right.
Like people just drop off.
As usual.
And sometimes you'd have a few,
Yeah.
like when we went to Salem.
Salem was excellent. Salem was fun, and we still had, you know, a few people.
Right.
Um,
That was a great trip too.
that was a great trip. That was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'd always plan these trips, and you know, people would come or people wouldn't.
So we decided it was time to finally go to New Orleans. We talked about it for years, but never
Yeah.
went. So we
All
said,
of our
"We're
friends always talk about the best place I've ever been was NOLA, and
going." Right.
that's the most fun they ever had. Any trip that they could go back on, it was always going to be NOLA. So we were like, it's time.
And we wanted to do it for New
Ever.
Year's, but we found out it was like twice the price to be there for
Yes.
New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, so we decided to go the week after. So we basically went from the 2nd to we went from
Yeah, I
Monday
think
to
it was.
Friday, whatever
Yeah,
it was.
I think
It
it was
the
right
4th
after
to
New
the
Year's.
8th.
4th to the 8th. All right,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
It was still the first
We-
week of January.
Yeah.
V remembers all like the details.
Oh, my photo album actually showed me when I was going back to the pictures
really?
today, and it said January 4th. I'm like,
I got
oh,
rid of my
okay.
old Facebook and my old phone, so like all those memories from that
Right.
trip, I only have
I
to you
always
guys.
Think, I always think to my iTunes. So whatever phone I go to, it's like I don't change anything. I don't change the order of my icons. Everything just moves.
The only
from
thing
phone to
that stayed
phone.
the same on my phone was my contacts. That was it. I lost everything else.
Yeah, I always back up like every other day or at least once a week.
I had people on my old phone I wanted to forget.
I'm sure. Yeah, Larry just wrote New Year's in NOLA has to be awesome.
Oh my God,
Maybe
can you
we'll
imagine?
find out.
We'll
after
never
our show's
know.
a huge
Or
success
yeah,
and we become
maybe
millionaires.
we'll
Right?
find out. I don't know.
But yeah, it was literally twice the price to go just a day earlier.
Yeah, it was,
So-
and it was like something stupid. And for us, we are able to make anything we do a good
Right.
time. We
Right.
didn't need it to be a holiday for us to have a good vacation.
So like you were saying, it started out with a big group, and as it got closer, it was just the two of us that were gonna go.
Yeah.
So we didn't fully book the trip yet, but we had the date planned and everything. No, we didn't book it yet, right? Or did we book the room? I don't remember. But
No, it
either
wasn't
way,
I don't know. I really
It
don't
wasn't
remember
booked yet.
a lot of
V
this
and
trip.
I started dating.
So a little backstory. I was extremely wild in my early to mid 20s. I was just want to have fun, just want to have a good time, didn't care about anything. But all of my guy friends, girlfriends never liked me because I was one of the guys. I just always wanted to have a good time, but I looked like a woman. but I had the same sense of humor and the same, like, yeah, let's drink, let's do this, let's do whatever, have fun. So all of my guy friends, girlfriends never liked me. So because Dennis is such a close friend of mine, I was terrified that V was going to hate me like every other of my guy friend's girlfriends.
Well, it was funny. Before I even asked her, I asked you if it was okay. Which is usually you ask your girlfriend, hey, can my friend come? But it was like, I'm asking my friend, can my girlfriend come on the trip?
Yeah.
Because, again, I wanted to be fair about it. We had this trip planned for
You had it
almost
for
a full
long time,
year.
So it was
it
fair.
was planned for a really
So
long
there was
time.
no way I was canceling this trip for
Yeah,
any
so
reason.
you told me, hey, listen, I have a trip planned with my friend Teresa.
And like I feel like
You're welcome to come along.
I feel like any other girlfriend would have been like, what'd you say to me? Like I feel like it could have went, because V and I didn't know each other yet.
Right.
I think we met like twice, maybe once casually at the bar because we were going on the NOLA trip.
Yeah. So we're trying to get to know each other before
Well, yeah,
the trip.
because that's what I was
It
going to
once
say.
at Cassidy's and once at Big Daddy's.
They both were okay with it, so I figured we go to visit you at work and you guys could get to know each other a little bit.
And I love everybody
Right.
until you do something to make me not love you.
Right.
So I wasn't worried about it. I was worried about you, which is the best part. You'll figure out why.
So we went to New Orleans and we had a lot of fun, and that's the story, Larry. I hope it was enjoyable for you. That's what you've been waiting to hear for. No, but you guys hit it off right away.
Yeah.
And
Right away.
the irony of it was I was working a lot and I just needed to get away, which is both our story.
I recently broke up with my ex.
Right.
So it was like even more incentive for me to just forget about everything.
Right.
I'll let you
I have
guys share what you want to as we get further on. But on the wildest level, like you said, you were here.
Mm-hmm.
I was somewhere in the middle, and we both just kind of met you.
We're
So
still getting to know each
yeah,
other.
so we figured you were on the
We were
bottom.
dating for what, 2 months? Not even?
Yeah, when we went on the trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 2 months.
2
yeah.
months, month and a half.
Because it was like what, the middle of October, and this was the beginning of January.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super new.
So
Yeah.
we were still getting to know each other. So it's like,
So Larry had a couple good comments. One about you, Teresa. I don't remember a lot about this trip. Automatically makes the story epic.
It's an epic.
And he
It's
also
a
said
gaslight,
that
thank you.
that was our story better than the ending of The Sixth Sense, which yes.
it's not
Lynn, I love you.
wasn't just epic.
So Lynn's known me in my crazy high school days. So
Okay.
she's known me for a long time and all of my fun stories.
I will say
I started young.
as we start the trip, I know my family's cool with it, but if for your family purposes, maybe put the earplugs in at some point during these trips.
Honestly,
And just remember, this is
this isn't even my wildest
No,
story.
no.
But like
I'm-
if you don't know me like that, or if you didn't know me in my early mid-20s, if you met me recently as a mother, you might not know the person that we're talking about on this
Right.
trip.
So I get out of work basically, and like the day I think we were going.
Yeah, and just
so I was
pack your bag
shocked.
and-
So our plan when we got there was let's set up in the hotel and just take a walk around. We'll get something to eat and just look at Bourbon Street, get an idea of what we want to do.
Right
We'll go
around
back
the
to the room
corner
and
from
rest.
Bourbon Street, which was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that
Beautiful
hotel
hotel.
was awesome.
Yeah. It was a great,
Chateau Le Moine, that was a beautiful hotel.
I didn't know that she spoke French, by the way. That was a fun surprise
Yes.
in New Orleans.
And it was very helpful.
Very helpful.
Yes, it was.
Very helpful. Some of the stuff was in French.
And-
I
French,
speak
Creole.
Joey Tribbiani French, by the way. Flu.
No, I speak fluent French. For those of you that don't know,
Les Plumes Claude.
for those of you that don't know, I grew up in Haiti. My parents are Haitian, so I speak fluent French, fluent Creole, as well as English. So
So yeah, let's get into the meat of it. So we get in the room, we check in. It's an awesome place. Got a balcony right around the corner from the height of everything.
Oh, yeah.
We go around and we see the first place, which I'm sure you remember the name. We stop for lunch.
I'll have to look it
Okay,
on
doesn't really
Foursquare,
matter.
But it was
We go into this place and they have a hurricane deal.
I don't remember the name of the place, but I remember the huge glasses that
Right.
we got.
Yeah.
You can get a hurricane for like whatever price. So you can spend a little more and get like double the hurricane. You keep the glass, and then it was like
Was it free refills?
I think it was like half
Or
price refill.
something
There was
like
some deal on
that.
the refill. I don't know if it was completely
Something
free,
worthwhile.
but it was definitely worth it. So I had 3.
I think I had 2, and
You-
then we split the last one.
I think you each had 1
Yes,
and said
we
that's
each
good. I
had
said no.
one.
The whole point of getting the big one
That
was the
thing was
refill
strong.
deal.
It was
You are
huge.
not
It was
getting. You're
strong.
not. It was huge and strong. I was like, but you can't just have
But
one.
you have to understand, we had that mindset of like, okay, we're not getting hammered. We're going to figure out what's
Right.
going around. So we weren't, at the time, me and V weren't trying to like go crazy. We were just trying to enjoy
Right.
the vacation.
So you ordered one more and you split that one.
It was
All right, that
Old
makes
Nolan's
sense.
So-
Cookery.
They had 3
I'm
total. I had 3 myself. On not much sleep. So this is how we start the trip. And
So
the food,
we-
the food.
The food was good. Oh my
Let's just
God.
say
was
the food
great.
everywhere was
Old
phenomenal.
Nolan's Cookery. Was
Oh
the
my
first
I
place
don't
we
think we
went.
had a
Was
bad
the
meal
food
anywhere.
good?
I really don't.
No.
Everything was like, oh my god, this is great.
And
We're
at the
gonna have to come
time-
back, but this place is great. So
When I was home, I mean, at the time, I was like a strict vegetarian, except when I went on vacation. Like that, honestly, that was like something that, like, and you know, if you're a strict vegetarian, you know, judge me all you want, but like, I didn't want to nitpick everything that I was eating on vacation. So the food was amazing.
I remember that Larry thought the hurricane was named after Hurricane Katrina because he had never heard of it before. And he wasn't trying to be funny.
They're down in hurricane land.
But
So
it's not necessarily Katrina, but yes, it was named because
That
they
is
were
the
Hurricane
cutest thing
Central,
ever.
Yeah.
and they got hit a lot with hurricanes, so they
they
made a
do
drink.
get hit a lot. They're the Gulf right there is
Yeah.
very
So,
hurricane prone.
so we leave there, and as we're walking on Bourbon Street, I see a sign and decide to be a wise ass. It said shots $1. So I'm like, girls, I got the shots. I lay out the big $3, get the 3 shots,
Oh, God.
down
Yeah.
it, and as I down it, I realized that it wasn't just a $1 like cheap shot. It was Everclear.
Yeah, it was like
Because Everclear is cheap down there, to be fair, but it was like the
True.
real.
I mean, it's cheap everywhere, but it's also rubbing alcohol.
Yes, it's like, basically, it's pure, it's grain alcohol.
Like, it is.
So as I'm swallowing this
It
down,
says on the bottle,
like, don't
to,
drink this.
it says to mix it with
Yes.
juice or
Yes.
water, or it says dilute it.
So I'm trying to, like, first I just looked at the girl. I was like, "What the hell was that?" Everclear? She goes, "Yeah." So as they're doing the shot, I'm like, "No, don't do the whole thing."
And the funny thing is, I had never heard of Everclear up until that moment.
See,
So-
I worked at bars
I
that
think I
wouldn't
caught you
allow-
guys a little bit. I don't think you did the whole shot at once.
I did like half the
Weren't
shot.
they Jello shots, and it was
Yeah.
sitting on the top of the Jello
was, yeah,
shot?
it
Like
was-
it was a
it
really,
was like a floater
like
on the Jello.
90%
yeah.
Everclear
because
and
it's all
10%
gel
Jello.
up. It's all alcohol.
It was like 10%
all
Jello. It was just like the Jello green. That was it. Everything else it was
That
just
knocked
Everclear.
my socks off.
But yeah, I took like half of it and it started burning down my tongue and my throat. I'm like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah. That's
So-
the thing. Like if it dribbles onto your cheek, all of a sudden your cheek starts.
Yeah,
burning.
and I was like, well, I might as well finish this. So I slurped down the rest of it.
I would have been okay had I known it was Everclear, but I really had no idea that it was. So it kind
Yeah.
of caught me
and
by
you
surprise.
think when it's
So-
a $1 shot that it's going to be like
Like
really
cheap
diluted, like watered
whack
down.
vodka. It
Like
was the
yeah,
opposite.
Yeah.
It was the opposite. One thing about the booze there, it was cheap.
and
Yes.
And
food
real.
plentiful.
And
Yeah.
real, like
Did
it wasn't
not-
like, you know,
Yeah,
watered down
we
mixed
like those
shots.
shots so much.
Oh
We're like,
my
ooh, what's
God.
this drink? Remember the Jester?
Well, yeah, because what
The
happened?
Jester, that was
that was the name of the place, the
amazing.
Jester. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, what is your signature drink then, the Jester? What is that made out of? And they said mainly 151 and Everclear. Yeah. So I said I want to try it.
like
So
a
she
slushy.
gave me a little sample cup, which
Yeah.
was a decent size.
It was
it was a slushy.
it was.
amazing.
It was.
And you
But
didn't
in the
taste the
Jester,
alcohol.
thank you. You didn't taste the booze at all.
No.
It was mind blowing to me because as someone that's bartended 10 years, I guess at that point it was 7 years,
Yeah.
but still a long time. Like that blew my mind that it was such strong alcohol. They said how much was in it,
Right.
And it didn't taste like
You're
alcohol.
slurping down this
at
like Slurpee.
all.
It's like,
Not
oh,
even a
this
little
is really
bit.
good.
I was just about to order one, and you stopped me because you said no. We have to have hand grenades, and we're not going to be out that long. And I said okay.
So a
Yeah,
friend
we're
of
not
mine,
back.
we're not gonna be out
Amy,
that long.
my friend Amy was like, you have to have a hand grenade. Like, I don't care what you do, you have to have a hand grenade.
No, I'm just trying to get the timeline set. Did we have the hand grenade first, or was
No.
the Catch Me Out first?
No, it was a Cat's Meow.
Catch
Catch Me Out was
All right,
first.
so we go to the
Catch Me Out was
Catch Me
first.
Out, which was basically a karaoke bar.
It was so much
We're like,
fun.
ooh, karaoke. Let's go in.
Let's
So,
go
okay,
sing a couple
so-
tunes.
Dennis and I were, well, you worked occasionally, but mostly hung. Well, no, were you my bouncer on karaoke nights?
Yes, I was. That's-
So we worked karaoke night together for years. The pool hall, that was like our thing. So when we saw and like I love cats, and you know the Cat's Meow was like, holy shit, this is like our mecca.
It's a sign.
Like we have to like live here,
Yeah.
and it was so much fun.
Not to mention they had 3 firsts.
They had
Not 2 firsts, 3
three
firsts.
firsts.
Three firsts. Again,
firsts.
just a sign. And the beers were, for one, I guess it would have been kind of expensive, but not really for a vacation spot. What were they, $6 or
I
$7?
didn't know.
They really weren't
They were
expensive.
cheaper than
Was it
that.
cheap? It might
I
have been
think it was
cheaper. I
like
don't-
$3 or $4 because I remember looking at the girl like she had like 6 heads
Yeah.
and being like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." But
So now, former bartender and overtipper to begin with, New York is out of state. we were
were
basically tipping
tipping.
more than what the drinks cost.
Yeah, and
And
like
there was $3.
they were so
The shots
grateful.
too. Everything was $3.
They were so grateful to the fact that we were tipping, and I guess tipping so well, especially because the place was dead, mind you. It was just the three of us in there.
It was.
The place
Yeah.
was huge,
Yeah, I
and
looked
it was
at it,
just
yeah.
the three of us.
It was 2 floors.
It was a Monday in
Yeah.
January. It was just us, and it was still rocking and rolling. And
Do you
they
remember
kept
his
giving
name?
us free stuff.
The karaoke host, because he was really cool
He
too.
was really cool.
I don't remember his name, but he was really cool.
So now we're drinking. They're not going to sing yet.
Yet.
But I knew as the beers, and because we got shots too. We were doing shots and drinking the beers.
And this is really before anything hit us.
She tapped out after 1 beer. So now I'm drinking 2 beers to her 1, trying to keep up the flow of the 3 first. Because, hey, I had to help out. Just trying to do my
You gotta-
part.
gotta be a pal. You
in
gotta
all
be a
fairness,
pal.
I don't drink beer. I'm not a big beer drinker. So I had 1 beer. I'm like, oh, okay, you know.
So
But
And I think it was,
I was like
I
nursing
think we
the
were
one
drinking
beer.
Bud Light. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think we were drinking
it
anything.
was nothing special. It
I was just
yeah.
nursing
Yeah.
that same 1 beer, and they kept bringing the others. So
Yeah, because we're just
Yeah,
getting
so I was
rounds. We're
drinking them
doing
for me.
shots of vodka and whatever else. And then we were on the shots for a little while.
well, yeah, but you guys were tipping so well, and they started
Yeah,
bringing out
then
the
they
shots.
started bringing,
I'm like,
and
ooh,
they
shots.
brought Jello shots themselves and
Right.
just pouring them. So anyway, I want to speed up. We'll go ahead. I'm singing. So now she's singing. I'm telling Teresa she's going to sing. No, I'm not.
I don't know why. I
Then
didn't wanna
you
sing.
finally got up.
I did.
I finally got
They had a wireless mic. I'm hanging my
We
head
were
out the
singing
window.
Like a Virgin.
Yes.
like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Like a prayer.
Yeah, oh, that's right. So I got my head
See,
out the window.
I don't remember much, guys.
Singing. I'm calling people in. We started filling the place up, which
We
is why
did.
they loved us too, because I was literally like hanging out the window. Come on in, we're having a great time. My girl wants to party. Just having a great time. Karaoke wasn't really the best because there were a bunch of drunken idiots at that point, but having a great time.
I never do well at
And
karaoke.
that's what
but that's
karaoke
what's
is,
funny.
as
though.
I-
Like,
Karaoke is about. It's not about being American Idol. It's about having a great time.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what
and the
we were
people
doing.
that can't sing, as someone that's bartended karaoke events, like the people that can't sing are the ones that have the most fun and drink
Right.
and tip, where
Right.
the people that go there to just have a stage to sing at are always pretentious assholes.
Yeah, so you
that
can't-
don't
you can't
drink,
take it
don't
seriously.
tip, and just drink water, and it's so frustrating as a bartender.
Right. They'll come in with their own music.
But like,
I'm a
I can't
professional.
sing. It's something that bothers me. I come from a very musical family, so karaoke, I just yell loudly.
But the more we drank, the more daring I became. I was trying songs I hadn't even heard in 20 years.
Right?
Which you'll see some of in a little bit.
We were like surprised at some of the songs that they had and didn't have too.
Yeah, it was kind
Yeah,
of
I
weird.
think I remember singing "Eye of the Tiger." What else was I singing? I sang a few things.
But
I only remember the song. I didn't even remember.
We did "Like a Prayer." You did "Party All the Time."
I did
Basket
everything.
Case.
I think I did everything. So finally we realized, like, wow, it's getting late. We gotta leave. We leave and go to the, I don't know the name of the place, but where we got the hand grenades.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
what it looks like, but I don't remember the name.
So we had a couple hand grenades.
You're
so I
gonna
had a
hear
couple.
It
me
was a
say
little-
I don't remember
It was
a
a
lot
little
in the
tropical
story.
isle.
Okay, she has it all.
I like
So-
I like to check into places when I
Thank
travel.
You
God.
get a grenade with the shot that you got to try to throw in a basket, and then you get like grenade nuts or whatever.
And
I
you
don't
put
know.
there's a little floater. It's a little grenade full of Everclear.
Yeah, because Everclear
on
is
the
the
top
go-to
of it.
Yep.
there. Basically, everything has Everclear in it.
Everything.
Can I have a shot of vodka? Sure, let's just put some Everclear on top.
Yeah, like everything had
And the
Everclear
little
on top of
the
it.
basketball baskets, and you were
And-
sitting there throwing the grenades into the baskets.
I don't want to understate the amount of beers I drank on No Sleep in the Catch Me Out, because I think you even stopped at one point. I was just drinking all 3.
I believe it.
You stopped on the shot, so I was
I
doing your
did,
shot
yes.
too. I just basically at this point just said, the hell with it. I'm in New Orleans. I'm
Vacation.
On vacation.
when in Rome. I'm going for it. We moved on. I think we went in some shops,
We went to a couple of shops. We did the hand grenades.
of which one gave us the free pass to the strip club.
To Larry Flint's
Barely legal.
Barely Legal.
That I remember.
That's right. So we're like, oh, want to go check it out? Sure.
But
and
didn't some stuff
I have
happen
to say, it was
before
not-
that?
Yeah,
think we
I
went
really
in and out
don't
a couple
remember.
Yeah, that's
we
where it
did
all
a little
gets fuzzy.
shopping or whatever. We had some of the shops, but I just want to say for the record, I did not suggest the strip club. Believe it or not, the one guy in the group did not suggest the strip club.
That's
I
true.
agreed
It was
to it
vacation.
because again, I was just trying to help
vacation.
the girls out, so I agreed to go. So,
No,
We
show
ended up
our
at the
IDs,
strip
we
club.
walk in.
and we sit down, and Teresa just walks to her own table and does her own thing, which included putting the feet up.
So I
wasn't
sat, I don't
allowed.
know why, but I sat up like this in the chair and then put my feet up on a table, and the bartender, I'm assuming, kept coming over to yell at me.
Well, he came over the one time and was like,
It was a woman.
No, yeah,
put
the
your
woman
feet
kept
up.
coming
It was a
over.
woman
Okay.
that told me to put my feet down.
Yeah.
And then I guess I kept putting
just
my
kept
feet
putting
up
it right
and just.
That was T. Missy just asked who snored.
Oh, that was me. I do that. So yeah. So
One of my favorite parts is coming up very soon.
So they got increasingly madder because she kept putting her feet back up. They're like, please stop putting your feet up.
and she wasn't like being a dick about it. It was just like, oh, okay. And then we
Okay.
completely
I was just
forget
really drunk.
that the girl told her to take her feet down and just put them right back up again. But I see this guy, for whatever reason, he just pissed me off.
Oh,
He
yeah,
had-
gorgeous
he
chick
had
is on the
tons of
stage.
money. He's just making it rain all over the place. He got like $100 singles or whatever. So, because 3 was the magic number that day, I pulled
Yes.
out specifically $3. I gave it to V. I said, go give it to that stripper. She said,
I was
why?
like, what?
I was like, just give it to her. Why? I was like, because you're going to ruin this guy's night. I was like, because once you give her the $3, she's going to be on you the rest of the night. Yeah, but that guy, yeah, trust me. She doesn't care about him or his money. So she gave, and I thought she was going to like spread
So
it
I'm
out.
like, okay. So I go up to the stage and
Gives her all $3.
I basically just like gave her all $3. And you know, she took the $3 and she flashed a big smile and she basically took my face and put it in her boobs.
Little motorboat.
So I'm motorboating her. Like, okay.
now I was completely checked out at this point, mind you.
So I'm like, okay, this is new. This is a different experience.
So I'll let you like fill in the stripper part, because again, that's your part. But I just want the visual. I'm sitting back from the stage,
Yeah.
watching V ruin this guy's night with the stripper. T's off on her own, just
Getting yelled
doing her
at.
own thing.
The guy's,
And she's on the like at the stage.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all we're
so the guy
together
kept
but separate.
looking
We're all in our
totally
own
separate.
spot.
The guy was shooting daggers from his eyes, looking over like, what the hell? So he goes to the bar. I guess he gets more change.
Gets another 100 in singles.
Gets another 100 in singles. Comes back to the stage and he's making it rain again. You know, she leaves me for a second. She goes back to where he is. Basically gathers up all the money, takes it, comes right back to me.
Who has no more money?
Who has no more money?
But she didn't care, like I said. So again, I'm just leaned back like this with a big smile on my face. This guy has no idea any of us are together. He's just mad at her.
Yeah.
And just trying to get more money. Now he's throwing bigger bills out. Like, look, I got more money. And she's
Hey,
like,
we made that girl's
thank
night.
you. And right back to her. So at this point, we're getting kicked out because...
I kept putting
Oh, yeah,
And
You
again,
can
you're
see.
going to get kicked out of a strip club. You think it's going to be some wild,
So-
crazy reason? No, it's for putting your feet up.
every time everyone was like, "How was the vacation?" Be like, "I got kicked out of strip club." And they're like, "Oh, really? What happened? What did
had to
you
be
do?"
great.
Yeah, they're all excited, and I was like, "I put
Was
my
it a
feet up."
fight?
Yeah,
You
they're
grab a
like,
stripper?
"What'd
No.
you do?"
I put my
I
feet
put
up.
my feet up. Like out of all the ways to get kicked out of a strip club,
So
that's
once-
what got us kicked out.
So once we left there,
I had to have my jester.
yes, you had to have your jesters. I forget where we got the jester from.
The jester.
The jester.
Yeah, we went back to the same
Oh,
place.
that's right,
I
that's
said, I
right.
told you I'd be back. At this point, I just got a nice buzz going. I don't know how I'm not like blackout
You
drunk.
should have been like fighting.
I should have been
I
dead.
was
I
totally
should have had
blacked
alcohol
out.
poisoning. I don't
The
know how I'm
amount of
still
alcohol
alive.
you consumed in that time frame.
So at this point, the only thing I remember from the night is running in the wrong direction from the hotel, and the rest of it
Well,
I
we
don't
didn't
remember.
go
Well,
there
before
yet.
that.
Yeah, but I don't. But my
Yeah.
point is, I don't remember the rest
because
of
we're
it.
doing
Yeah,
we're
you
drinking.
checked out.
I
jellies and
checked
stuff.
out hard.
You checked out, I think,
I
before
was
the
the
strip
one.
club.
I
You just
was-
had moments of clarity.
Something fun about
I was the
mid
one-
20 Teresa was I went on autopilot. Like I was gone, but I was there.
I just remember that after we got the jester after the strip club, I was like, we need to get some food into us, some grease or something.
Yes, and I agree because I knew at this point, because again, I'm still somewhat sober. I'm just a
Yeah.
little buzzed.
I can't
And I
believe
like
that.
the clear me said, hey, if you don't eat something, you're probably
You're gonna
either
regret it.
gonna die or be really hungover the next day. Either of which, and probably for a few days to come. So I was like,
Right.
no, I don't want my whole trip to be like in the bathroom puking. Let's get some grease.
So we just walk into the first place that comes up, which was Willie's Chicken Shack.
I remember that too. 'Cause
I don't quite remember what we all ordered. I know we did order
I-
some Cajun fries and the remoulade sauce.
Surprisingly, I remember she got barbecue wings.
She did get wings. That's right.
I got, I think I got fried shrimp.
You know what's
That's
funny? I
right,
hate
and-
barbecue.
And then we
I know. Because it's funny, because the wings are really good. 'Cause she had one wing,
That's right.
put
I
it down,
hate
threw a napkin
barbecue
in. I'm like,
sauce.
you're done?
I hate barbecue
No.
sauce.
And then you took the napkin out, ate like another one, like, yeah, I don't want these. So I was like, I'll
But the
eat 'em.
three of us are standing at one of those like stools,
Stand up like a high top.
a high top table, and we only had this one bottle of like water between the three of us. So we're all just standing
Yeah, I'm
there
the only one
like
who got a drink, so.
no words. We're just like grabbing food and dipping it into sauce and eating it, and we're all sharing
I
the
wish
same
there
water
was
bottle.
someone with a camera following us around.
Yeah, I
know.
would love
I
to see
really
this video, 'cause I
wish.
don't know what
I
we
wish
were
somebody
just
had
all
taken like a
huddled
video
together,
of
like,
us. Yeah, it's just like
eating each other's food, drinking out of the same
The
water.
one water bottle.
I wish somebody had like taken a video.
And
of
I
us,
don't know
like,
why
I'm
nobody else
sure
got a
someone
drink.
did. We just don't know where it is.
Where somebody's laughing at us. I'm sure we do have a video somewhere on YouTube going, look at these drunken idiots.
I
Yeah.
think it was sometime
So-
after that point, and we're like, okay, we should probably get back to the hotel.
Want to say hi to Jeff, and Larry said, how can anyone hate barbecue? It's like loving pineapple on pizza. Hawaiian pizza rule. I'm going to eat a Hawaiian pizza tomorrow now because of you.
I'm offended. Sorry.
But again, I do remember the food. Again, you might not remember. The food there was good. Too.
I don't remember
For a
the food there.
little,
I don't
like,
remember
just
going there.
For a little food shack, this food
Yeah,
was
I
great.
know.
I do remember
So-
the next day, like being like, "No, we didn't get food,"
Yeah.
and V was like,
I
"No."
was like, oh
'cause
yeah,
she
no,
checked
Actually-
you checked in.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, because like, why are you checking in everywhere? It's like, wait, where do we go?
Like, wait, we were
So,
there?
so now at this point, we go out, and surprisingly enough, it was cold.
Well, so
Yeah,
I'm glad you
temperature
brought that up
dropped
because
drastically.
I thought Louisiana. I packed shorts
Thought the same
and
thing.
Me too.
dresses.
I packed all,
and I
like,
was like
tropical
ready
clothing.
to just be in like the heat. Cause fucking stupid New Yorker over here just thought the South and
Yeah,
it'd be
me
hot.
too. I thought the
and it
same
was
thing.
fucking freezing.
I only had the one long sleeve shirt, which I wore the entire
Yeah,
trip.
I had one pair of jeans and I had my fake leather jacket to wear on the plane. And I ended up
Right.
wearing that and bought a sweatshirt. And I only found ice freaking cold, but only found one sweatshirt the entire time we were there and wore the same outfit every day like a dirty stay out.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly, so.
It was freezing. It wasn't chilly. It was
Yeah, it was.
cold.
It was cold.
It was
It was
cold.
I would
freezing.
say it was cold.
For what I expected.
For what it was,
It
yeah,
was
for that time of year, it was
was.
freezing.
My buddy that lives there, he was like, it's only cold here 3 weeks a year, and it was the time that you
pick
guys
one.
came.
Yeah.
I was like, great.
So
So we
Teresa's
figured-
bright idea is to run back to the hotel.
No. At first, we're like, you know what? We're right around the corner. The hotel should be right around the corner, literally around the corner from Bourbon Street. Let's go back to the hotel. So we start walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. Then I get this moment of clarity. I pull out my phone, and I'm like, guys.
Didn't she run? I think she
I
already
ran. This
Yeah.
is my last memories. I ran in
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
I pulled
'cause
out
I
my
was
phone
so
and I said,
cold
guys,
and
we're walking
tired."
in the wrong direction. I think we went like 6 blocks in the wrong direction in the back alley.
And if anyone's ever been on
Louisiana.
Bourbon Street or on the offshoots, and first of all, you know you want to stay on Bourbon Street, not go
Yeah.
on the other side. There's like potholes everywhere. The
Potholes
streets are
and
uneven. There's
cobblestone
bricks and
streets and-
cobblestones,
yeah.
high curbs,
A
low
lot of
curbs.
cobblestones.
So,
So when we turned
Beautiful.
around, that's when Teresa took off running. 'Cause
she
just-
took off running. I'm like
That's
falling
the thing I
into
do
these
when I'm
holes.
very
Oh yeah,
drunk, 'cause
Dennis
I
is
just
walking around stumbling. I'm figuring he's drunk. so
I
I'm-
shouldn't say I was
I'm
falling. I
afraid that
stayed up.
I'm afraid he's gonna fall and like hit his head. So I'm walking behind him, but then I'm like, wait a minute, if he falls, he's gonna squash me. I'm like, why am I walking behind him?
So
you
again,
know?
how I'm still somewhat sober, because at this point, now, I'm not even, and now I'm like highly buzzed by the time we're on the way back.
All right, I'm just going to stop the conversation. Guys, stop arguing about pineapple and ham on pizza in the comments, okay? It's not right. Leave it alone.
We'll make that another show, another episode. So now she's running, I'm stumbling, she's with the GPS, still bringing us the wrong way at first, and was like, oh wait, no, it's that way.
Yes.
So we finally get back to the hotel, and
Get back to the room.
I sit down on the bed, and now I'm drunk. It took
Now
me,
you're drunk.
Yeah,
It took
now
me
it kicks in.
like
took you like 5
10
hours.
hours, like from the beginning, from the 3 hurricanes to finishing up with the Jester, and still making it back to the hotel before it finally hits me. So I just sat down on the bed.
And we're all
going,
talking about what we're gonna
Yep.
do tomorrow. You know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go see
Yeah.
that. Like, and he's just sitting there like,
I'm agreeing to everything.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a good drunk.
yeah, he's just sitting like, yeah,
Autopilot.
yeah, cool.
Autopilot.
And all of a sudden, there's like this little lull.
No, it's just like, all right, you gotta go to bed. Yup.
Yep.
Take your clothes off, go to bed.
Uh-huh.
And again, I remember shaking my head and agreeing to everything. And
then you leaned back.
My I don't even remember that. I just remember waking up the next morning.
Yeah, yeah. So I was checked out the
Surprisingly
entire
early.
time.
Surprisingly,
We all got-
early.
we all
got
around
really
You
zero.
early.
leaned back and you were gone. You were just fully clothed on top of the bed. You were just like gone. I'm like,
So
okay.
I don't want to say too much about what you did yet, because it'll just be funny if they hear. So anyway, I wake up the next. We all wake up early, like
Oh,
for
yeah,
some
it wasn't
ungodly
like 8
reason.
a.m.
And okay.
was
Like,
Yeah.
I remember waking up and I get severely bad hangovers, and I woke up
Yeah.
like, all right, let's go. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't feel like death like I thought
It was
I
like
would.
8 a.m. We're like,
So
oh,
the three of us,
guys,
like, where are we going for
awesome, we're gonna
breakfast?
go
Let's do this.
breakfast.
Let's do that. Let's do the other thing. Next thing you know, it's noon because we apparently all passed back out. So I get up and like whatever. I'm in my underwear, whatever, like usual. You know, we're in the same room. We got separate beds. Well, we had a bed. She had a bed.
Right.
It wasn't 3 beds. That would just be really weird.
Really awkward room.
So I get up and then you tell the story. Well, you could tell it how you got me into bed. What the two of you did. Tell that.
Oh yeah, so you get. I forget if you mentioned something about when you got up, and
No, I just figured I did it.
and I was like, oh no, you passed. I was like, oh man, you just passed out last night. I had to undress you and cover you, put you in bed. And he's like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, we.
We were like, huh?
Well, no, because then you said Teresa and I, and then
And then
Teresa,
I was like-
me and Teresa at the same time. Like,
I was like,
what?
Teresa and I put you in bed. And he was like, what? She's like, Teresa's like, what? I was like, yeah.
No clue.
I was like, I was trying to take off your jeans and I was struggling. So Teresa
She came over and
helped me.
Neither one of us have any idea this happened.
no clue.
So I of course I got to put on Facebook. You know, first night New Orleans, 2 girls take my pants off, and I don't remember a thing. Everclear 1, Dennis 0. So
I
people were
remember
asking,
that.
did you have a threesome? I'm like, I don't know. We could have. There's one person who knows. There's only one person who has any idea what happened.
We
that
did
night.
not.
We didn't.
If anybody wants
But,
to know.
You know,
We did not.
like one person knew what happened that night from that point on, and she's the only one who was like, you guys don't remember this? Like, no.
I checked
No.
out. I think I checked out walking into the strip club.
think so.
I think once I
You had
crossed.
some moments.
No,
there.
I think once I crossed the threshold, it was like memory gone, done.
Yeah. And she didn't really drink that much, so she just got to laugh at us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
with
I,
the,
I
like,
was I wasn't the super drunk one. I had a little, I was a little tipsy, but that was pretty much it.
you asked me, like, how do you think your pants get off? I'm like, I took them off. Like, no. No, you didn't.
I was like, yeah.
All right. So where did we go for breakfast?
So
It was-
funny thing. Well, I was always very body positive.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring, I'll let you bring that up.
I had no problem, like especially being a model where you are put in a position to get dressed and undressed in front of strangers. Like I was very body confident and didn't care about a lot, but I was afraid that V was going to hate me. So I literally had like a onesie that like
She had
zipped up to like
pajamas,
my
like, buttoned up
yeah,
to her
like
chin.
completely like granny PJs.
Might as well have
this
had a
one over
gigantic
here.
robe and a hat and everything else.
I had my little Fredericks of Hollywood
She had like this sexy little nightie on. She's walking around. And I was like, hello, like.
The badongadonk hanging out.
I was kind of surprised at myself. I was like, we're still all getting to know each other. And I'm like barely dressed.
Yeah,
you know?
this
I'm like,
is
you know
the,
what?
well, I was in the middle where I figured I would be, but you two completely switched roles of where I thought.
Totally switched roles.
Yeah, I figured her like zipped up,
Be all shy and everything.
turtleneck and
Like, woohoo!
Yeah, 'cause at
Teresa
that
running
point in my
around
life,
going,
I didn't
yeah.
care, like I
Right.
didn't care about a lot, and I had a lot of confidence and just wanted to have fun, and I care enough about our friendship. I didn't want to scare your girlfriend.
and you found out very quickly how not shy she was.
I found out like that.
Yeah.
It happened fast.
And why you got the door closest to the bathroom, you found that out too.
I did find that out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so again, we using Yelp and other things and people's advice on where
Oh
to
yeah,
go.
we're looking up for.
And man, the
at, that,
food.
at that point, it was brunch. It wasn't even breakfast anymore. It was
Yeah.
brunch.
Was that with the hole in the wall?
It was like no, it was.
No, that was the next
Oh,
day.
that
It was
place
a-
was
it was a
awesome,
caf-
but that was the next day.
It was a Café Fleur de Lis. It was
That
someplace around the
place.
corner, and they had, I'll never forget, they had this crawfish cream omelet, which I will never, ever forget.
I just
It
remember
was
the Bloody
so
Marys
good.
you guys got that
You
were
got
like
the Bloody
this
Mary.
big.
I had like strawberry mimosa.
I think I had a mimosa too.
I had a strawberry mimosa, and like I said, I'll never forget that crawfish cream omelet. It
Yeah.
was so good.
Each place is better than that, and I'll tell you, without the reviews, I would have walked out of some of these, especially where they had
That hole in the wall.
Yeah.
The second day for breakfast, it was literally a hole in the
That
wall. The
place
place
you
was
could
was like
smell the
shit
stale
from
beer.
outside.
But like I remember walking in and
It was
being
a
like,
bar, really. It was like a whole
it
little
was more a
bar.
bar.
it was
Yeah.
advertised as a diner, but you walked in and it looked
a
like
dive.
a shitty dive
Yeah.
bar, which I appreciate, but not when I'm already
What to eat?
hungover and want
Outside did not
breakfast.
look
Exactly.
like much. You
Like,
walked in, you're like, "Oh, we in the right
when
place?
you
Is this
want to
place
eat
open?"
breakfast, the last place you're going to go is a dive bar.
Right.
And they had the best
Yeah,
breakfast
I think
food
we ordered a
ever.
drink, and I'm like, V, look this plate. Make sure this is the right place.
Right.
I'm like, all right, we'll try it.
'Cause
They
the
got some
reviews
spicy
were like
omelet.
we had this
stars.
Cajun omelet, which was
Oh,
out of this
so good,
world. Oh
so
my
good.
god.
So yeah, the food. Each
That
place,
day I was very hungover though. That was the first day where
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
second-
yeah.
well-
all that booze caught up
'cause-
to me, and
'cause
my
we stopped
body
to get
was
the vodka.
pissed. Well, we went to this bar that was dead, and it had the nastiest bartender I've ever met in
That
my
too,
life.
yeah.
Wasn't
Which-
that the Lafitte's blacksmith place? I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
the
was.
blacksmith place.
Was it called that? I just remember it like it looked like it wanted to be fancy, but was shit.
Right.
And I was like, "What's a good hangover cure you have here? Not like in general, like,
Right.
bitch." And she was so nasty. I'll never forget that. And I was too hungover to tell her how I really felt.
Little flashback. The cab driver told us everybody sells alcohol there, even the shoe store.
Oh yeah, there's
So we're trying
any
to find
store,
alcohol,
any drugstore will sell alcohol.
and we can't find it anywhere.
So we see a Walgreens, like, let's go into Walgreens. They probably have alcohol.
Literally the other side of the tracks, completely different.
Diagonally
neighborhood over
across
there.
the street
Oh,
from
yeah.
Walgreens
I was scared.
it was the other side of town.
There was this woman yelling at a homeless guy or whatever. It was
It was
the hood.
scary.
It was definitely the hood.
It was the
It was
hood.
scary. I'm not going to lie.
I'm laughing as I'm walking in the store. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "I need vodka. Just stick close to me."
You know, I've always been very, very small and always looked much younger than I am, and that's always been like a disadvantage for me. So I was walking around like, everybody was so aggressive and fighting, and obviously on some kind of drugs.
Yeah, between the years of bouncing and my current job, I was just like, whatever, it's like normal. Let's just go get the vodka and go back to the room. So yeah, we got the vodka and went back to the room and did a little room drinking on top of the bar drinking, which is why you probably got hungover.
I was so
We should have just stuck
hungover.
with the Everclear and the places. we
Yeah.
I
could
was
stay away.
so hungover. You know, it's probably going to sound ignorant, but I think there's something to the Slurpee alcohol. You know, like I think that there's something about it that makes you feel less hungover the next day.
I don't know, that just
Maybe the
is.
sugar
You know,
helps,
like
I don't know.
well, no, the sugar usually makes it worse. So
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if there's
Maybe
like
it's
some
because it's
juice in
frozen
there
and you're
because
not
it's
really
frozen.
feeling the alcohol
I don't know.
right
I'm
away.
pulling stuff out of the air,
Yeah.
but like for the amount of alcohol we drank,
None
I
of us should have
felt-
been up the next day.
yeah.
Right?
At all. We should just stay spend the whole day in
I'm
the
really
room.
surprised that it took me that long to feel that bad.
Yeah. But yeah, place at the place, and one thing I love, well, we love, and we found out we also have that
Oh
in
my
common,
God.
is history. I
Yes.
love historic
Yes.
places.
Love history.
And man, outside of the drinking and the food, there's some really cool history.
The history
in New
there is,
Orleans.
first of all, it really is beautiful. Like everybody talks trash about Bourbon Street and whatever, and fine, but like the place is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The history is beautiful. The architecture is beautiful. The stories are beautiful. Everything about it. It was literally one of the best trips of my life because it.
Yes.
Port for so many different countries. It was
Oh
so
my
much
God!
going
You know,
on
the
there.
cemetery was. I have a thing for cemeteries. I love
Cemetery
cemeteries,
tour was
and that
awesome.
cemetery tour was one of the best. Even though it was the most restricted I've ever been on, it was one of the best.
And then hearing the stories how because of the floods and they had the low sea level, the bodies would just come up and start floating down the streets.
yeah, like the
Imagine
stories
living
were.
back then, just like, oh my God.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
history there was just and we had our fun, we had our drunken craziness, but we also enjoyed everything that New Orleans had to offer. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I would highly recommend the trip to if you want a little bit of everything.
It's funny too, because you know how they talk about building on Indian burial grounds and premise for poltergeist and all that. They built on all burial grounds. As a matter of fact, they said the biggest graveyard when they pointed across the street was now a gas station.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't move
I
any of the
remember-
bodies or anything. They just paved over it.
I can see it in my head.
Uh-oh. Somebody's in trouble.
Sorry.
You see who that is? You did
I
what?
saw that too.
But yeah, it's just really cool to find out. We got to see Nick Cage's like a little pyramid.
Oh yeah,
thing.
that pyramid tomb that he bought for
Oh
future
yeah,
burial.
I was really interested in Marie Laveau's tomb and the stories behind
Yeah, it
that.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was going through a breakup, and I was like, "This is a perfect time to be here." And
I don't remember. We went to that historic house. That was really
we went to that
cool.
house.
The
That was
Beauregard
really,
Keys
really
house.
cool.
Yes.
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 And then across the street
The old Ursuline
was the
convent.
church, the
Right.
convent.
Yes.
It was a really, really cool trip. And I went to Trashy Diva, which is one of my favorite pinup clothing
Yes, that was my
stores
store.
that started in New Orleans.
Yes.
Right.
And I always want to buy their stuff, but it's just so damn expensive.
Yes,
but
it
like
was.
that
also
was
love the
fun.
haunted stuff, which of course, along
Yeah, all
with
the
graveyards,
haunted
everything else they
stuff
have.
is all the
Yeah.
crazy, creepy, interesting history and interesting. I don't know if I should call them hobbies, but like the culture there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so freaking cool. And it's so, I love how each state has such a diverse culture and how it's all so different. But New Orleans is by far my favorite.
And it's funny. Well, you didn't make the Georgia trip with us, but it was funny to see
did
the
not.
similarity between Salem, New Orleans, and Georgia.
That's
Three
right.
very
See,
different
that's right.
places with a lot of tie-ins.
I got to see all the similarities with Salem, and I
Yeah.
love Salem. I mean, it's where I got engaged. Like, Salem is very close to my heart. Georgia, Savannah, Georgia in particular, is somewhere that's like #1 on my list to vacation where I haven't been because they have a lot of
we were gonna
history.
do that trip, but
Yeah,
obviously
we
I
should
know.
definitely.
we'll
go
revisit that
back
because
there.
that was kind of
'Cause
cool.
we're-
That's
we wanna
I
go
want to go to
overnight.
Savannah so
Yeah.
bad, and I know that they have a lot of cool history,
They do.
and I would love to. I would love to see how it compares to the other places we've been.
Right.
Right.
So we're pretty much got to wrap up now, and I want to.
That was all the nitty gritty. I want to
Yeah.
know what Larry and Frank think.
Yeah, there's more stories, but we don't want to tell too much.
That's the
We
juice
gave you the
of
meat
it.
of
That's
it.
the yeah.
You got the good portion.
That's all. Like anytime we would tell a story, it would be like a funny joke about one of the things we
Yeah.
all just talked about today.
Frank and Larry, I hope that was that lived up to the
Satisfying.
potential. I just want to plug myself a little bit. February 6th, I'm going to be at Bar Louie at 8 p.m. It's a free show. So anyone who's like, oh, it's so expensive, this is free. I mean, obviously, if you want to buy
It's a good
food and drinks,
location,
you
too.
can.
Louis at the
Yeah.
Sunrise Mall.
Right. So
I
check
get
that
to miss
out.
it 'cause it's a Friday.
February 7th, I'm trying to get a show at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. I need some people though, so if you can go that night, please let me know, and I'll try to book that as well. Again, thanks to Frank and Kayla Logistics, and we'll end you with the video, and we'll see you all next week.
And the